Hello and welcome to SudoKanard. We're here to solve this irregular Sudoku by Ukrainian author Serhii Tyshchenko in the latest WPF Sudoku Grand Prix. So the rule of this variant of Sudoku is, well, just the rules of Sudoku, except that the regions are not 3 by 3 squares, or they don't need to be. They are rather some squiggly regions like this, and for the rest every digit is supposed to appear exactly once in every row, every column, and every outlined region. So it was worth 58 points, and I spent probably too much time considering the rating during the contest, but when I solved it afterwards, I noticed that it was not as hard as I had thought. I just hope I won't make a fool of myself by failing to solve it in a reasonable time. Well, first you can see that those fours are quite powerful as they just force 4 into this cell inside this region. Next, you can see that well, what can you see? What can I see at any rate? Well, something interesting is that this 7 is nowhere here. So in this region, it might be either here or there. But if I recall correctly, with digits 1, 2, 3, and 4 should be my main focus to begin with. So what about finding where it could be useful to look? Yes, this 2 is not here. It's not here, so inside this region 2 has to be here. That's good, I think. What about this region? 2 is not here. It's not here, so only 2 places remain. Now we know that 2 is not here. Inside this region, 2 is not here, it's not here, so only 2 places. And this is kind of interesting regarding this region, because now 2 can't be anywhere here, it can't be here, so it has to be in this column. And considering those, 2 is limited to those 2 cells. And now, considering this, we have located 3 instances of 2 on those 3 rows, which means in particular that 2 won't appear anywhere else on this row. 2 is not here. And that's interesting considering that 2 is not here, so inside this column 2 has to be here, but seeing those 2, it has to be here. And now 2 is nowhere here. With this, it's nowhere here, it's not here. So on this row, it has to be here. And it removes this option, puts the 2 here, removes this option, puts the 2 here and there. And I think we have all 2's in the grid. Now this 3 is not here, it's not here, so inside this column 2 has to be here, in one of 2 places. On this first row, 3 is not here, it's not here, it's not here, not here, it has to be in one of 2 places. And knowing that 3 is not here in this column, so it has to be somewhere here. Is it about 4? Is it about 1? Yes, 1 is not here, it's not here, so inside this region 1 must be in one of those places. something else. 1 is removed from all those cells, so we can locate digit 1 somewhere in here. And I'm seeing in the first row, 1 is removed from all those places, so 1 must appear somewhere here. So this is a 1-3 pair. And this here interacts with that. We have a kind of X-wing, meaning that 1 can't appear anywhere else in those columns. So 1 is not here, it's not here. And seeing those, 1 can only be here in this column. And I could also have seen that 1 is here, so it can't appear anywhere in those cells. So that's 1. This is not 1. This is 1. And it places 3 and 1 here. And I must confess that during the contest, I entered loads of pencil marks, which doesn't seem to be that useful in retrospect. Always easier to say things in hindsight. So on this row, we can exclude 1 from this cell, and from this cell, so we get the 1 in here. So those are 5, 6, and 9, but now is not the time to focus on those digits. One is somewhere in this square, but this one here removes this option and puts the 1 here. So now 1, and there is the 1 here, so 1 goes there. And perhaps we do have all 1s in the grid, and we do indeed. So probably 3 should be a good digit to study at this point. What about this column? 3 is removed from those, from this, and because of that 3 is removed from this place, so that is a 3. And it places the 3 here. So now, what about this region? 3 is excluded from all of those cells, so that is a 3. Oh, I should just plug my battery in. Sorry about that. What was I doing? I was locating 3 in this cell, so that's not a 3, this is a 3. So this is all going well. Well, where do we miss digit 4? I think I should probably just note that 4 is, well, so where is digit 4? Inside this region, 4 is nowhere in here, so only 2 places there. And now 4 can't be here, and it can't be there, so that is a 4. Regarding this region, 4 is nowhere here, so that's a 4. And it eliminates that and places the 4 there. And for this region, 4 is excluded from all of those places. And I think that on this column now, 4 can't be anywhere in those places, so that is a 4. And the last 4 in the grid is for this region, and it has to be here. So this is really going well. And I think we do have all instances of digits from 1 to 4, and we are left with the other digits. And I will try to refrain from just pencil marking like crazy, as I did in the contest indeed. So let's look at this. perhaps. What about 6? We do have 2 instances of digit 6, or just the 7. On this last row, 7 must be somewhere here. So that 7 is not here. It's not here, so we must have a 7 somewhere. I'm seeing that what? Yes, that 7 is not here by Sudoku and not here by just the region. So on this column, 7 must be here. So those are 5 and 8, and I can at least pencil mark those. Now inside this region, 7 can only go here, and this is another 5 or 8. And the row needs 6 and 9, but there's a 6 here inside this region. So that's the 9 and that's the 6. So we need 5, 8, and 9 in here. 5, 8, 9, so those are 7 and 6. 6 goes there, that's the 7. 5, 8, and 9, so this is 5 or 9. We also need a 7 somewhere here. I'm seeing that 9 is nowhere here. Actually, 9 is nowhere here, so inside this region, 9 has to be there. And 9 is removed from all those cells, so inside this region, 9 must be here. So it places the 5 at the bottom, 8 here, 5, 8. This inside the column must be a 7, and inside the region, that has to be a 5. Inside the column, that's a 6. This row needs a 9. It's not here, so the 9 is here, and the missing digit is a 5. This row needs a 9. 9 is nowhere here, it's nowhere here, so that's the 9. And this row needs an 8. This region needs 5 and 9 here. This row needs 7 and 8. And we have the 7 here and we have the 7 there. Here we need 6 and 8. 6 is not here, but it must be somewhere on the row. This column needs a 7 and an 8. We have a 7 here. And this 8 resolves the 6, 8 pair. Here we need 5 and 6. There is a 6 here. On the row we need the 5, and this region needs a 9. This row needs a 3. I had forgotten one instance of digit 3. This region here needs an 8. This row needs 5 and 6. And then those columns need a 7, an 8, and a 5. Beautiful irregular puzzle. I usually struggle to finish them with loads of pencil marks, and as I was mentioning, this is what happened to me during the contest, although I did finish the grid, I did complete it and get the points. But actually, there was a way to solve it without that much trouble. And I love that. Thanks for watching this video. See you soon on SudoKanard.